Hey guys, what's happening? My name is Zoltan Dekany, and thanks a lot for joining me here at my bass lounge. Okay, now I want to go through the strings with you here and give you all the names of the strings, and also we'll take a look at the interval that you find between these different strings, okay? And how to tune them. All right, so let's first thing first. Let's just name these strings here, and I'll start with the G string up here, the highest in pitch and the thinnest string, and that is your G string right there, okay? And just below that G string, the next string is a D string. And just below your D string, your next string, or your third string from the G string is an A string. Okay? And just below that A string, your last string and your lowest string is your E string. Cool? So that's simple to remember. And on the way back, just to be thorough, we'll have an E string here, our lowest string, followed by the A string, the next string from that E string, and then a D string follows after the A string, and then you have your G string. So we are back to our string where we started, our thinnest or highest in sound string, the G string. Okay. Now the interval that separates these strings is a fourth, basically a perfect fourth, and so simply it is 4 notes, hence a fourth. Okay, so if you start to count that from a G, for example, you don't have to know these notes right just yet, but I'm just going to give you an idea anyways. So the notes, let's say I'm just going to pick a simple little scale. So you'd have a G, an F, an E, and now you're down to the D. So that's 4 notes. The G was the first one, the F was the second one, the E, the third one, and you're down to the D. So that's 4 notes difference. So that's hence the name fourth. And it's the same for all the other strings. So from the D, you could again come down with a nice little scale or a fragment of a scale with a D, C, B, A, D, C, B, C, B, A, D, A, and then an A, G, F sharp, E, A. So actually that takes me to how to tune the instrument. So let's stop here. We know the strings now. And oh, by the way, just to memorize them, you can quiz yourself maybe just a few times before you really know them, and just randomly play any of the strings and just call out the names. Okay, so let's say I've just played a G there. Okay, 2 strings down, what is that? That's an A. Okay, a string up, what would that be? That's a D. A couple of strings down, so the lowest string, that's an E. What was the highest string again? That's a G. Down from the G, 1 string down is your D. The lowest string again, that's an E. What's just next to the lowest string? Oh, that's an A. So you get what I'm saying here. And really soon enough, you'll learn all the strings very well, I'm sure. Okay, so let's take a look at how to tune these strings now. You know how nowadays we have all these different devices, tuners, and you can tune your bass even with your iPhone. You know, so tuning is quite easy if you just want to rely on technology. But I'm going to show you a kind of an old school way of tuning up your instrument, anyways, because I think that relying on your senses is a real good idea, and you're actually training yourself, training your ears and your hearing by just simply by tuning up your instrument, because you are really tuning your ears to these fourth intervals as well, okay, that the strings are tuned up to. All right, so what we'll have to do is we will have to actually just tune 1 string out of the 4 to an outside source, for example, to a piano. So I've already done that with my G string. And when I tuned to this note, I made sure that there was no wave, there was no wobble between the outside source note and between my string here. And you'll see what I mean just in a minute. Okay, now that I've got the string tuned, what I have to do, I'm going to have to find a harmonic note here, because I'm going to tune with harmonic notes. And what are harmonic notes? Just in case you don't know, harmonic notes are the ones where you, instead of pressing down on a string, you just connect your finger to that string, okay? And then play it with your right hand. And I'm lucky, I just got this D note here, which is a 5th from the G string. So I just put my finger on there play the string. And you realize how low I'm playing this string here. So I'm giving it a long resonating length on the string. Okay, the longer resonating length you give, the better chances you have to be able to play a real nice, big, healthy harmonic note. Okay, so I'm actually over the fingerboard. I'm actually playing in between the fingerboard and the bridge down there. Okay, it's so low you can't even see it anymore. All right, so now let's just find that D. Okay, so what we'll do on the first string on a G string, we're gonna have to come up to the fifth of that string, which is a D. So I'm just gonna try to look for that note. Oh, there it is. There it is. And it's about halfway between your octave divider. The octave is an octave higher than your string was, and the knot of the bass here. So the note will be about here. Yeah, I've got it again. But if you're not comfortable with it, just kind of slide your fingers down for now until the point where you can actually hear that D note. And just, so that's that note here, from a G to D, G, D, yeah? Okay. And I have detuned the rest of the strings here, so they'll be all over the place. Okay, so let's see. Now once I've got that D with my fourth finger, the first finger should, just in that exact position, should be able to produce the same D note for me, unless my string is not in tune. And because I tuned it, I detuned the bass, obviously my D string, my second string, is not in tune. And you can hear that wobble, that kind of wave appear. And we're gonna have to tune that D string to the point where that wobble is actually gone. So to the point where the wave has disappeared. To me it sounds like the D is just a little bit high, sharp, so we're gonna bring it down a little bit. Just a bit more. I can still hear that wobble, yeah? A little more. Just a little more, yeah, I can still hear it. Oh, it's a lot lower now. It's a lot, that the wave has got much slower. So we're almost there. And slower again. Okay, we're close. Yeah, I think we're there. Maybe just a little bit, a last little adjustment. Yeah, that sounds like there's no wave anymore, there's no wobble. I'm really playing the same notes, just a little bit. Yeah, and then you can check down here, as your arm just reaches the side of the bass, your fourth or third finger should be about at the octave of your strings, and so you could maybe play both strings at once. You should get a nice healthy fourth sound there, like that. Okay, and just going back here to the D, yeah, that's fine. And so what I have to do is just repeat this procedure from the D string to the A and from the A string to the E. So let me just do it quite quickly here. So, ooh, that's really bad. And you hear that wave and the wobble of these two frequencies. So let's tune that A up, it's way low. Yeah, that's getting there. Now just a little bit more maybe. Just maybe a little more. I can still hear a little bit of that wave. Now maybe I've gone too far. Can you hear that then? Whoa, 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 whoa kind of sound. Just a little bit. There's just a small amount of it. but it's enough to get you out of tune. That's getting better. So what the wave does, as you get closer to the right note, it starts to get slower. Now I'm too low again. So sometimes, as you can tell, you have to kind of fiddle about. That's about there, yeah. Until you find the right pitch for the next string that you're tuning up at the time. Okay, let's yeah, that's quite good as well. Again, at the octave, that's a quite healthy fourth there. Yeah, okay, I think we're quite close there. I don't think it's perfect right now, but I'm just gonna leave it for a sec. It's quite all right. Okay, and we'll just do the same from the A string. We're gonna have an E harmonic note, and we'll have to match that. Ooh, on the E string, that's quite low. Can you hear that wobble? Yeah. Yeah, that's getting there. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now let's check just open strings. Yeah, I think we've done a good job here. So just do the same at home. Find the fifth of each string with your and play it harmonic with the harmonic note, and just go through all between your G, D, D to A, and A to E string. Okay, and you will have your bass tuned up to a really good level where you can then start playing and make sure that if your intonation is not correct, at least it's not your tuning. Great, now we're all tuned up and ready to go, so feel free to join me in the next videos where we'll discuss all sorts of different bass goodies to get you on your way to become a real great player. Alright, thanks a lot you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.